Hello. Well, you wanted me to
What?
start with. Well, you've been giving me shit about the way I start the process.
Well, let me take that back and say that
Creative.
that's for what you just did, not the old test. No, it's just because you're not going to talk like that during this.
How do you know?
I mean, that's just going to be really hard for me to deal with if that's a voice.
It's the news with Dave and Gary.
Oh, that's not even the name. That's
Yeah,
not,
it's called the news with Dave and Gary.
no, and my name is Gareth.
God, you love the D train, don't you?
Yeah, it's a great train. Reliable D.
He's got a shirt.
Yeah, he's got a shirt. Yeah,
You ever live in New York?
I've never lived. I was there. For
So you don't know shit about the fucking D train,
You
do
haven't let
you?
me answer the question. Yeah, I've ridden the D train. Wait,
Daily?
not daily. No,
All right, so it's not that reliable.
taking the one.
I mean, it's reliable. It's a reliable train.
Taking the two
but,
every day.
There's going to be problems with it.
Of course, like any train.
Slows the fuck down over the bridge.
I
Drives me
agree.
crazy.
Bridge is crazy that time of day.
Okay, so a little update, sad update. We learned after we did the dolphin podcast that the dolphin killed himself.
Which is crazy. I mean,
Dolphins to live, they have to swim up to breathe.
Yeah.
And if they just go down to the bottom and sit there, they're ending it. It's like their
drowning.
version. It's their version of blowing their brains out.
Yeah, that's them drowning.
So he killed himself.
I get why he would kill himself, but it
Yeah.
is sad.
It's horribly
It's horrible.
sad.
Yeah.
Just some guy on LSD got a lady to jerk him off, and he was like, "This is the best thing ever.
Well, yeah.
This chick loves me,
Exactly.
and she has hands."
It's like when Michael Jackson would drop a kid off from Never Neverland or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
You know, the kid would be like, "Where's the roller coaster and all the cake?" And the guy who molested me. Well, not that part.
Yeah, well, the guy in pajamas.
The guy in pajamas.
Who shows me dirty movies.
Who gave me wine in a Coke can? Want to go back there? I hate the rules here.
Nothing wrong there. Nothing wrong.
So R.I.P.
Do you know how many people
PD.
believe he just didn't do anything?
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Look at him
really
out. Too
amazing.
many.
Yeah,
Too many.
Too many for all the words that have been said.
Yeah, too many. Well, have you ever heard the rumor? I mean, the rumor that I heard that made me go like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense." Was that his dad got him? He basically turned him into like a eunuch when he was a kid.
Oh.
So he like removed Michael Jackson's like genitals.
Oh, so he would sing that way forever.
So he would sing that way forever, and it just made him really strange.
That's a great rumor.
Yeah.
That wouldn't make someone weird.
No, it wouldn't.
Game of Thrones.
No, I don't think it would. That's easy to get over. Just don't shower after gym with the other guys.
I don't have balls.
Well, Charlie's got tits. Where are your balls, Michael?
Charlie's got tits.
Yeah. That's it. Little locker room razzing.
Charlie's got tits. Okay, so this story, it's something I remember from when I was in high school.
Okay.
And it took place I grew up in Marin County.
All right.
Now, for people who don't know where that is and what that is, it's just north of San Francisco. It's where the Golden Gate Bridge goes. So if you've seen Planet of the Apes, where the apes go, that's Marin.
The mayor was not happy that day. Oh, no.
It is. It's known for being beautiful, very liberal, and very, very, very rich.
Just like you.
Yeah, super rich. Yeah. I was like one of the poor kids, and we lived in like a 3-bedroom house.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Okay.
It has the 5th highest income per capita in the U.S.
Wow. All right.
Yep. And I think there are only 2 counties outside of Washington, D.C. that in the top 7. So it would be us and Beverly Hills. Marin County and Beverly Hills, I think, are the 2 that
all right.
I might be wrong. It might be Silicon Valley now. The Civic Center was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. Like, it's just a fucking ridiculous place. So that's where all this took place. We've had serial killers. You know, we've done we do the normal stuff too.
Sure.
You know what I mean? We had the Mount Tam killer.
Yep.
We do all that.
Cliven?
We're not total fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
but in the 70s, we were known for our hot tubs. I think hot tubs were like invented there, or they came into their own there.
The idea of someone inventing a hot tub is really funny.
Mountain bikes were invented there.
Okay.
And then for some reason, peacock feathers are associated with Marin County.
They were invented there.
I can't really come up with a reason why.
Just so many peacock feathers.
Like when I was a kid, my dad's a part of the Native Sons of the Golden West. I can't. It's very upsetting. But for 1 year as a float, they had a hot tub, and they were just like in a parade, like a town parade, squirting water out, and they had peacock feathers, and I was supposed to walk along beside it.
Wait.
like I'm some kind of little Egyptian slave.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. Just real quick.
Yeah.
So what was your dad a part of?
The Native Sons of the Golden West.
What is that?
That's like an Elks Club for guys from California.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So they were in a parade and they made a float.
The float was a hot tub on a truck bed, a hot tub.
And the hot tub was empty, probably?
It's the old hot tub, the old wooden,
right? Sure,
wooden-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's empty, so everyone's just in there. They look like they're in a hot,
right, and they're just squirting water out to make it look like the hot tub's party's real.
Yeah,
and then you, and
I had to walk along beside. Now I don't remember why, but that was my duty. I would assume it was my duty because my dad was like, "Well, you can't ride in here, and I got to keep an eye on you."
So
that's
do the math, David. I would love to see footage of you walking alongside that float.
Oh, I must have been super happy.
Oh, yeah, I bet you looked really happy and not confused.
And now we get into today's story.
Okay.
Called the Pendragon. Pendragon?
The Pendragon?
Pendragon? I don't know how to say it exactly.
Okay.
But
I don't either.
You'll see where this goes. Well, it's a Welsh term.
Oh, well, look, it's on my doorstep now.
On July 13th, 1982, Richard Baldwin's body was found floating in San Pablo Bay.
Interesting start, David.
Right into it.
Okay.
Right fucking into it. The bay has been made famous by Primus, who sing about fishing out there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
On the Sea of Cheese, that's all about San Pablo Bay.
Okay.
A tugboat operator found the body wrapped in a plastic tarpaulin and a bamboo screen. Okay.
Wait.
Okay, so
wait, he's wrapped in tarp.
Yeah, a tarp.
And bamboo screen?
A screen. Like a bamboo screen. So
am I thinking are those the screens where people would change behind?
I know
I sound like
it's very Marin.
Bamboo's really hot there.
You would dump a body in something like a bamboo screen.
Oh, run, pandas!
Yeah, probably something someone would change behind, or like you could use a bamboo screen like on a window, you know, that would like roll up.
Sure.
Like it could be that.
Right, but that's what okay.
But either way, we're not.
It's a calling card in a way. It's like a murder calling card.
But if there was like a TV cop show, they would go, well, we're not dealing with professionals.
Yeah, right.
Or they'd be like, the bamboo killer's back.
Somebody's moving and didn't want their old curtains.
Oh, there's a guy in there.
Oopsie daisy.
He was bound at the neck and ankles with television cable.
Oh, Christ.
He was and rope, and he was duct tape, and he was weighted down with a small outboard motor of a boat. So that seems very last minute.
That's the aquatic kitchen sink and the boat motor.
It was almost like they were playing dress up with a corpse.
I mean, they really bound him with a lot of different items too, right?
Yeah, they
rope, tape, and then TV cable.
Yeah, rope, duct tape, TV cable,
and a boat motor,
and
we're done. Wrap him in that bamboo screen. Let's get out of here.
But the hilarious thing is that after all that, floating.
Yeah, floating, still floating. They're like, God damn it! What do we have to do?
Okay, the dead man was 36-year-old Richard Baldwin, who was an owner of a vintage auto restoration shop called Classic Car in San Rafael.
Okay.
San Rafael's like the main town in Marin.
Alrighty.
The left side of his skull was fractured, and he had been stabbed in the heart and the head. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not no good.
Well,
good, you want to argue?
A college student who was working for a Mr. Mark Richards.
Sure.
was at his place in Mark Richards' garage and noticed that his safe had been punched open.
Okay.
"Quote unquote punched open."
Sure.
I feel like not actually punched.
Yeah. No, that's his, like,
broken into.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a college student, so he's like,
someone punched it in, bruh. Fucking A, bruh.
"You got crazy fists?"
Dude, crazy fist. Someone punched it in.
Richards was a friend of Baldwin, and he was a home renovation contractor.
All right.
And he had two employees, Crossan David Hoover, who we'll call Crossy,
Oh, will we?
and Andrew, who we'd never learn the last name of.
Okay. So Crossy and Andrew.
And they were all there, and Richards explained that the safe had been given to him by a person who he'd done remodeling work for. So he went in and redid someone's house, and the guy said, "Just go ahead and take the safe."
Right.
As payment.
Yeah. It must have been around the holidays.
He's like, "What?" So here's the... I don't know how much work you did,
Yeah.
or what it was worth.
Uh-huh.
But that safe you can take, and whatever's in it is yours.
It's kind
That's...
Let's make a deal.
Yeah, I did some work, and guy gave me a safe to break into.
He couldn't pay me, so apparently there's a lot of shit in that safe. So I get that now. Hopefully nobody punches it in.
I'm going to take that safe home, and we're going to find out what's in it, and I'll find out what I got paid for the job.
Oh, man, crumpled up newspaper. Again?
God damn it.
I should just start taking the real payment.
I gotta start working with money instead of these magic boxes.
Honey, did you get paid? Well, hon, I got good news, bad. You didn't take another fucking safe, did you?
I did.
I got one more safe. I got a good feeling about this one, though.
This one's gonna come through, baby.
God damn it. Jacob needs medicine.
Well, there might be medicine in this
Maybe
safe.
you're assuming this safe isn't jam-packed full of medicine.
Other fellow employees came forward and said they heard Crossy boasting that he had clubbed and stabbed Baldwin to death at the auto shop on July 6th. So I feel like...
That's counter to what he's saying.
I feel like we're starting to put this together.
This is a big piece of evidence.
I feel like these guys are not criminal masterminds.
Right. I like bragging.
Bragging and leaving evidence just out.
So, guess who stabbed someone in the heart and brain today?
Was that you?
That's right.
What do you guys want to do later?
Hey, I might sleep. I'm a little tuckered out after stabbing a guy's heart and head. Binding him and putting him in a bamboo screen.
What?
I threw a boat motor. What? What do you...
What?
Should we get beers after work? How do you want to...
No.
No?
No, I'm going to run away.
Here, wait. Hold this boat motor.
So, 3 days later, Friday, July 16th, investigators, 7 a.m. So they had already... So they found the body in the middle of the night on the 13th.
Already were
and
like,
by
hey.
Friday, 3 days later, 7 a.m., they're kicking in the doors. Like, not a hard case.
Yeah.
Police forces from San Rafael and San Anselmo, where I grew up, and the Marin County Sheriff's Department, so they got everyone involved.
Yeah.
Arrested Mark Richards, age 29, and two 17-year-old boys, Crossy and Andrew, as they were leaving Richards' house in Sleepy Hollow, where I grew up. Literally the valley I grew up in.
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. So Hoover was interviewed first.
Uh-huh.
And here's a quote. "I've been stupid. I should have gotten the cash before so I could have taken off for Brazil or someplace. I don't want to hurt the man. It was all money. All I wanted was $5,000 in the car, and Richards got my mind so psyched up that I freaked out and I did it all. Just put me away." Okay, so he's... Like, these guys are not smart.
He wanted $5,000 in a car real bad, though, Dave. He had his heart set on it.
Right?
So
super...
he had to kill him.
Well, yeah, but how else do you get a car in Marin?
$5,000?
You kill a guy, and then you get a nice, shiny new car.
Think of how much it would take for you to kill a guy. I mean,
oh my God. Like, what would I kill someone for?
Would you kill someone for $5 million?
No. I wouldn't.
I don't think I would.
What about for $50 million?
I think I'd kill the guy.
I would kill someone for 50 million, but they'd have to be a bad person.
Yeah, it couldn't be like you couldn't just be like that old woman over there. Go kill. I'd be like, oh gosh.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't.
I don't know if I
couldn't.
could do it. I mean, you think about it. What would you?
Well, I would walk up to her first and I go, "Do you have cancer?
Excuse me, miss. I'm
Do
about to
you have
punch
any
your safe
illnesses? I'm about to punch your safe in." Oh yeah, I come into my house. These guys are punching my safe.
in. Yeah, somebody punched the safe in.
Okay. So Mark Richards was interviewed by police shortly after the arrest, and he denied any involvement in the murder
I like this angle.
of his good friend Baldwin and offered an account of a whereabouts on July 6th that was completely implausible. Like the cops were like,
Wait,
they didn't. I couldn't find out what he said his excuse was
His
on
alibi.
July 6th. Yeah, the murder happened on July 6th.
Oh, so where he's
So he was like, I was flying a boat. Like he came up with like the
I
worst.
invented a new blimp. I was inside of a frog friend.
When we get to the end of this, you'll realize probably how implausible his idea was. He told sheriffs that the kids. Okay, he didn't want the kids to take the rap. He said, and I quote, "The poor kids. I mean, I should take the fall for this, not them. Okay, like if somebody is trying to take down the blame, for anything, it's me." And then the cop goes, "Why should you take the fall?" "Well, I understand what it must look like, okay? And all I'm saying is these kids, they wouldn't have anything to do with anything like this. Dick didn't owe them money or anything like that." Wow. And then what would your...
I'd be like, well, you're a murderer.
Also, what do you mean they didn't owe you money?
Yeah.
Okay, so right. I didn't do anything.
Right.
Here's the deal. Okay, I'm going to break this down for you a little bit more. Okay, so what happened was Baldwin used my credit cards, okay? And so he owed me money. And so I used his credit cards, and he was like, okay, that's cool. He said, hold on.
Now, wait a minute.
Wait. He stole my credit cards, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna use your credit cards, and he said that is fine.
You guys switched credit cards.
Yes.
Why didn't you just say that?
Okay, so
No, don't say okay anymore.
But he said I could do it. So, and he also said I could rob his house.
Really?
Well, yeah,
Did he
it's
say
like
you could murder him?
You know when there's like a credit dispute. And like the bank takes your stuff.
Yes.
Okay, it's like that, except
not at all like that.
I'm Mark Richards. And he's James Baldwin.
Let him go. Let this man go. For God's sakes, let him. He's good. Let him go.
I can imagine the guys the cops must have to like usually you watch a TV show and it's like trying to break down a criminal.
Yeah.
This is 98% of it.
I know. Like, and then there's these cases where you're just like, well, that's really obvious. He did it.
I didn't do it, but I got his shoes on because he said I could have his shoes, and I don't know why there's blood on them.
Dum. It's like when you DVR Law and Order, you're like, why is it 4 minutes long?
Okay, so at the time of the murder, Richards and Hoover and Andrew were remodeling Baldwin's home. So coincidentally, these three guys who have all bragged about killing him and have the evidence were also remodeling his place.
All right.
Hoover said that Richards and he had lured the victim into the auto shop on the pretext of looking at his inventory of classic cars. When Richards scratched his head as a prearranged signal,
wait,
Hoover slugged Baldwin on the head with a baseball bat.
Oh my God.
Okay, no, but I just
That's not a plan. I'll ask him if we can go see his cars. I'll itch my head.
Yeah.
Hit him with the bat.
Okay. Wait, what do I do again?
So I'll go, show me your cars.
Uh-huh.
He'll go, okay.
Yeah.
I'll scratch my head.
Yeah.
Hit him with the bat.
Okay, say it again. Slow it down.
Every part of this has to be a part, okay? This is important. It goes this way.
Slow it down so I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say to him.
Okay.
Go shoot. Let's show us your classic cars.
Okay.
I'm going to itch my head.
Yeah.
You're going to fuck him up with the bat.
Okay, where are you going to itch your head?
My head.
Beware.
And any part here.
What if the other part of your head gets itchy?
Okay, fair question. I'll itch the front of my head.
The face.
The front of my head, not the face. The head.
The top.
The top of my head.
I love that they planned it. So
You don't need to ask him about the cars.
Oh no! Don't even go into the cars. So he hit him with the baseball bat, and then he hit him 3 more times after he fell, and then he stabbed him with a knife and a screwdriver in the head and the heart, which to me is so. He hit him 3 times, so he's probably out, and then he stabbed him in the head, and then he put that thing. Maybe he got stuck.
Yeah.
Maybe he got stuck,
Or it
and
was
then he
filthy.
grabbed a knife, or it was just dirty.
Or it was like this. Maybe the screwdriver was like so.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Give me that
"Oh."
knife! Give me that knife! I'm sick of this shit."
Afterwards, he and Richards returned to Baldwin's home, where Andrew had been standing guard. None of that makes sense.
Nope.
He's standing guard
Well,
at
what if-
a different location.
What if Richards comes home there?
Baldwin, you mean?
Baldwin comes home there.
But they're killing Baldwin. They're with Baldwin.
Still, what if he itched his head?
Okay.
Think about it.
No, I get it. And then they removed the safe and other property.
No. They were given the safe.
Right. And
By
then
the dead man.
they took their
The dead man gave
their
them
payment.
the safe. Baldwin gave them the safe.
They wrapped the body at the shop and used a boat Richards had just purchased that evening.
I mean, wow.
To deliver it to what they hoped would be the final resting place in the bay.
Yeah.
The police believe that the murder conspirators had taken Baldwin's house keys from the shop and used them to burglarize his residence of several guns, a plastic trash bag full of marijuana, and a safe. So this guy had a giant bag of pot.
Trash bag.
And I know, right? A trash bag of pot. The marijuana and the guns were recovered on Friday in searches of Richard's home and the boys' home. The safe, I still had a hard time with.
Interesting.
After being taken into custody, Hoover talked. He told them all about what happened. That Mark Richards had planned the killing. He was hurting for money, the business.
Sure.
And if he didn't get money, then he would have to fire him.
Well, job security. I mean,
Right.
You can't put a price tag on that.
No, you can't. I mean, the guy wanted.
guy needed a job.
Can we give young people a little bit of credit for
Yes.
going the extra
Initiative.
mile
Yeah.
to keep a job?
Yes.
How about that?
It's a scary job market if it's do or die out there.
Thank you.
So kill a guy.
Kill the guy.
Duh.
Baldwin also supposedly owed Richard $3,000. That's a little shaky part of the story.
Well,
That's a
listen,
shaky part of the story.
Small claims court is also a pain in the ass.
Now, Hoover agreed to the murder when Richards promised him $5,000 in a car.
I'll give you $5,000 in a car.
In admitting that that this offer is what persuaded him, Hoover revealed that his only regret was poor planning.
That's nice.
That's a good thing to say to the cops.
Nice. Looking back, my one regret, I didn't get away with it.
So they had a routine murder of a couple of idiots, and they had all the evidence.
Yep.
Locked and shut case.
Yes.
And then they searched Richard's house.
I got a good feeling about this.
And they discovered the secret organization called Pendragon. That appeared to be in the planning stages of an armed takeover of Marin County.
Pendragon. So wait, I mean, obviously this has to be like pentagram and dragon.
Nope, totally different.
Damn it.
God,
All
you'd
right.
think with your Welsh history you would know this. The detectives found some maps, aerial photographs of Marin, plans for a laser gun. But wait. Plans for. This is 1982.
I bet there's 4 steps. And 2 of them are acquiring and stealing a laser.
There aren't even lasers in 1982. I mean,
There's just
I don't
like-
think there's lasers
But
yet.
it is probably the height of like laser fantasy. There's a lot of like, so-
no. Wasn't there a laser in one of the Superman movies?
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah. So there's
So-
some sort of like lasers were big. That was when you saw. I mean, I was a 3, but in that time period
Yes.
when you'd see a laser,
You'd be like,
you'd be like, "Oh boy,
Oh, boy.
somebody's gonna get cut in half with light."
You may have the county. Instruction for the construction of machine guns. I love that they're just instructions laying around.
Why buy them when you can build them?
We got these papers that say how to do it. Now we just need all the stuff to make it.
Now we just need to get the brains.
Jesus Christ. Notebooks containing reference to a new form of government.
Great.
I'm assuming something to do with lasers.
Yes, of course. President Laserbeam.
And they found a number of weapons. So, okay.
So these guys had weapons and had plans to build machine guns and laser guns.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. And they had overhead shots. So they've got all the big ones.
Right. Now, his lawyer, Richard's lawyer, said that he's like, there's no way that's real. He's into sci-fi books. There's no way. Because if he is, I don't want to be a part of this.
I love when lawyers, that's like their defense is like, I wouldn't represent a guilty guy.
Can I just say if the plan to take over Marin is real, I'd rather not do this.
And I'm doing it.
Because this is fucking nuts.
So he's innocent.
And his wife said that he was doing a fantasy novel entitled Imperial Marin that had already been published recently in Los Angeles. And the staff of the local newspaper, the Marin Independent Journal, verified that no such book existed.
Oh, well, that's interesting. That was easy.
In a separate news item, the Independent Journal noted the unfortunate coincidence that a San Francisco shirt manufacturer was named Pendragon Productions, and as a consequence has received numerous hostile telephone calls since the story broke.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine working at that shirt company?
No, we're a different Pendragon.
Pendragon shirts.
Hey,
you motherfuckers!
You murdered my uncle. No, we just do shirts.
You murdered cunts want to take over the county?
No, that's not us.
We do like a Hendrix shirt. He's on a dragon.
Why don't you take your laser beam gun and shove it up your ass, Pendragon?
Okay, large or extra large?
Extra large. Will it shrink? Hey, wait a minute.
A little bit.
Wait a minute. I'll take it. Wait a minute.
That guy's so conflicted.
He doesn't know what he wants.
The newspaper assured its readers that the shirt makers were not connected with the crime. Okay. Well, last time, front page. Pendragon t-shirts. Not Pendragon the Takeover Marin guys.
Why couldn't he just... Yes, we are the Tommy Bahama organization. We're going to take over the government. We are ready.
Oh, fuck. In the weeks that followed, a number of witnesses came forward with stories indicating the Pendragon group, in fact, existed. So, Crossy Hoover told investigators that one of the inducements to the murder was that Richards promised to appoint him Duke of Angels Island. So, Angels Island is like, what's the island in New York where all the immigrants came first?
Fucking
Shit Eaters Island.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, how can we not remember that? You should know.
Stop it.
I've
got it right. Rutgers. Now, is it
Rutgers? That's a college.
No,
Rikers?
Rikers.
Wasn't right?
Something like that.
Is Rikers Island is a prison that's a boat?
Yeah, it's the boat prison. That's what you're talking about, right?
So anyway, but that was like the one in that's Angels Island was that in the San Francisco.
And they
Bay.
obviously have a monarchy on Angels Island.
Very much so.
Okay, the monarchy's alive.
There's a king and a queen.
Right.
Yeah. And
Okay,
no one pays
palace.
attention. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a thing that he could definitely
take it over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You could just make. They would have a system where a duke could thrive.
That's exactly what I mean.
Okay. Yes. Good.
I'm your new duke. I am Crossy Hoover. 17. Killed a guy.
Duke Crossy over, do you have an appointment?
The mother of Crossy informed the Independent Journal that his son had left the group a month before because Mark Richards was, quote unquote, getting really weird.
I won't hear of that. Not my Mark.
Another person close to Richards told the newspaper that Mark was fascinated with medieval history and talked about taking over all of California. A dream that did not prevent his friend from describing him as enthusiastic and not at all sinister.
Oh, well, that's good. His heart's in the right place for the takeover. That's good. As long as it's a good-hearted coup.
I don't understand how crazy people find other crazy people to just talk to.
You know, it's almost like sometimes, like, you know, you'll see, like, two crazy homeless people together, and they'll both be talking, and they're not really listening.
Yeah.
But there's something about the bond of just being near someone also
there's
crazy.
There's an energy.
Yeah, there's something there.
Yeah. Oh, my God, you also believe in the aliens?
Hey, yeah. It's like, I believe the aliens are homosexuals. Like, well, I believe they're here to give us all cancer, but that's pretty close, and I haven't gotten near that with anyone. So if you want to come down the block and shout at trash with me, that sounds like a plan.
Okay. The Independent Journal also learned... We'll call it the Journal. The Journal also learned of Richard's plans in 1977 to lease the San Francisco Theological Seminary building for use as a school to study the future. Okay, so this building is a building in...
you know this building.
I know this building very well. It's a building in San Anselmo, and it looks like a castle.
Much like something a duke would go into.
It's... Okay.
Oh, shit.
It looks like a castle.
Yeah.
So it's a seminary... that that looks like it's straight out of Europe, right?
Yes, that looks like Hogwarts. So, there's that.
Hogwarts. So, I mean, look, he's onto something.
So, I mean, I'm liking what I'm hearing. Tell me more about this laser gun.
This is where it's great. According to the proposed catalog, the school, called Future Castle...
This guy needs a marketing person to get involved. He stole a company's name for his organization. Future. We'll study the future in it.
It would be an innovative academic community dedicated to the origins of the new Renaissance. So that sounds like at Future Castle, they're going to be studying history.
Yeah, of the future. Well, it sounds normal.
The ambitious project which was to provide a faculty, including actor William Shatner.
Oh, no.
And writer-producer George Lucas.
Oh, no. So this guy's just a crazy sci-fi nerd.
Maybe. The plan came to nothing when the seminary canceled the lease for non-payment of rent. Which means he went to the seminary and told them his plans. And they said yes. And everything was good to go until the check did not clear.
They were waiting for a red flag. Can you blame them? They waited for one red flag, and it finally popped up. He didn't pay.
Who in the fuck was... I want to talk to the guy at the seminary. He was like, this all sounds pretty good, bud.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited. I'm going to have Nick Nolte come down. He's going to teach a class. Oh, this sounds very good and normal.
Have you heard of Harrison Ford?
Yeah, we're big Harrison Ford fans. Well, that's funny. He's going to be teaching whipping.
Up in Future Castle.
In the crazy wing.
Okay, we're just going to need a check. Oh, my God.
That's going to be an issue.
And then the guy had to go to his boss and went, I don't know what happened, man. This was a great idea, but the check didn't clear.
Oh, man, this guy seems so reliable.
In a court affidavit, other teenage employees of Richards, Pete Neal, disclosed that Hoover was not the only person Richards had solicited to murder Baldwin.
Oh, that's good.
Neal stated that in late May, Richards had offered him a dune buggy as a reward for killing the car dealer.
So... I'm just so sick of this guy Baldwin. It's just...
Well, what do you...
It's just where someone could take care of him, you know?
What do you mean? What do you mean take care of him?
You know, like, take care of him. Whoever would do it, there'd be a nice dune buggy in it for him. Did you say dune buggy?
The purple one over there?
Yeah. Runs like a dream, too. I'll tell you, the only thing that stands between someone and that purple dream machine is just killing Baldwin.
What about buying it?
No, come on. Don't be, you sound crazy. Murder Baldwin. Okay. Sounds crazy. Buy it.
I'm going to think about it.
You think about it.
I'm going to think about it.
Buy it.
It's another man.
I have bamboo sheets. Screens.
Another man told the Journal that he had attended a Pendragon conclave some months ago, but found it, quote unquote, too far-fetched.
Oh, what about it was far-fetched?
Can I ask a question here, Mark? The laser?
Yes.
How is that thing?
Well, we'll get it.
Okay.
Where you going? Hey, there's also probably some guy who showed up to the conclave there thinking it was a shirts thing. He's probably like 2 hours into it, like, when are they going to start talking about T-shirts?
Wait, are we not silk screening here? Is this where the silk screening happens?
I have a question about shirts. Log Pendragon, get out of here.
They're down off 4th Street.
No wonder William Shatner's so late.
Oh my God. He had been invited. This guy had been invited to the 4-hour meeting. It was a 4-hour meeting about taking over Marin by a friend who had been paid $500 by Richards to recruit Pendragon members. So he is paying people $500, but then he just owed everybody money.
Yeah, so there's no way he's paying, right? Yeah.
At their weekly meetings, leader Mark Richards told them about his plans. Weekly 4-hour meetings.
Ugh.
The uprising would begin when the country's economy collapsed. Okay, stage 1, something that's totally out of our control. Okay?
We wait for rock bottom. When will that be? Don't know.
Don't know.
10, 100 years, don't know.
Gonna happen.
Gonna happen.
Gonna happen. People are gonna look for a leader. With a laser.
Who's best friends with George Lucas and William Shatner?
We gotta get George Lucas up here to talk to him about a laser. Hey, George, you know in the movie...
Untie me.
George.
Untie me.
George, you know in the movie the things that you shoot, they go pew, 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 pew.
The lasers, untie me.
Yeah, can we get a laser?
It's a digital, you moron.
Okay. Atop Mount Tamalpais. Now, Mount Tamalpais is the biggest mountain in that area. Like, you can see it from San Francisco. It's huge. The Sequoia wooded peak that dominated the Bay Area, a laser gun would be aimed towards San Francisco across the Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay, I'll let you know when something sounds weird.
I'm going to put it up top there, and I'm going to say, freeze, motherfucker.
Yeah. You like that bridge, huh? But this laser doesn't.
Beep. The rebels were to seal off all roads leading in and out of Marin County.
Sure.
Okay. Marin County is largely surrounded by water, except the top part, which is just a giant piece of land that there's a lot of roads.
So they got their work cut out for them.
They're gonna need a lot of teenagers.
But they're all getting $500 day rates and have lasers.
Bingo!
So we're good.
Establish a fortified headquarters in the San Francisco Theological Seminary in San Anselmo. Both the Golden Gate Bridge to the south and the Richmond-Santa Fe Bridge that connected Marin County with Contra Costa County would have to be destroyed.
Well, obviously, it's in the way.
Well, you don't want people coming in.
No.
You're going to hold this shit.
Yes.
Prisoners would be released from San Quentin Prison.
Smart.
Because they didn't want to have to deal with feeding them.
Yeah.
And what better way to start a kingdom than by releasing all the gang members?
Yes, that's how you get to the top. Yeah,
and the murderers.
That's how you make sure you hold on to your power.
Right. You release the
people that'll take it.
When Marin was isolated from the rest of California, isolated is stretch.
Sure.
It would be transformed into a kingdom on the model of Camelot.
Oh, good. And easy.
Ironically, this is exactly how Camelot started.
Camelot started with a laser too. A man in a dream.
So just a guy blows up a couple of bridges with a laser. Well, you're like the new King Arthur.
Meet the new king. He's ruined everything and released the prisoners. All hail him.
The leader was to serve as benevolent Pendragon of Imperial Marin, with his teenage followers who would be elevated to knighthood.
Good.
So if you're a teenager and
you're where you want to be.
I got nothing going on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to go to college, but, shit happened, and I just didn't
Would you like to be a knight in a kingdom, much like Camelot?
Yeah.
Sick. Okay, come here.
I would like to do that.
Sick, you're a knight. Once we blow up the Golden Gate Bridge with a laser.
Oh, okay, so...
Get some of your friends.
Oh, okay.
Get them over here. They'll all be knights, too.
We're all knights.
We will be once we melt the Golden Gate Bridge with a laser beam.
Do we have to get GEDs? Because a lot of my boys...
No, you're getting $500 a day, too. Did I mention that?
A day?
A day. Yeah, so...
You know what? I'm gonna get my boys.
Get your boys.
Yeah.
Get back here.
You seem smart.
I know what I'm doing. I'll tell you one thing. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
You see that safe?
Yeah.
I punched it in. Deal with that.
Pendragon, or Penthreg,
Oh,
meaning
lovely pronunciation.
Meaning in Welsh, head dragon or chief dragon.
I'm sorry I didn't know this.
Chief dragon.
Chief
It's the
Dragon.
name of several traditional kings of the Britons, including King Arthur.
Heard of him.
Now, King Arthur is not real.
Right.
He's a legendary British leader of the 5th and 6th centuries.
But aside from that,
it's a great plan.
yes, it all matches up nicely.
Although there are some people who do think he is real, and they think that they have some documentation or evidence that he is. So
there's
he's kind of more like Jesus.
Some people think the Earth is 6,000 years old. So
Okay. Fair point. Some of the would-be knights had their doubts about the plan.
well, not a knight of mine. You're vanquished from the castle.
Hey, I have some questions about the plan. It seems kind of...
I have some questions for you. Off with his head.
What? No! Okay, you're not a knight. Okay, I don't have questions, man. Can I be a knight again?
Yes, we need numbers. We're really low on recruitments.
We got 4.
Yeah, you're huge to the plan.
They pointed very diplomatically that the laser gun to be placed on Mount Tam had not yet been invented.
Okay. Now,
So-
am I crazy to think that's an issue? It seems like that might fuck with this a little.
I don't know why. It just has to...
Well, it just seems like the thing that solidifies the plan
Right.
is the threat of the laser.
So you're just saying time. You're just saying we have to wait.
Maybe forever, yeah.
You know what? I just saw a movie called Star Wars. So you want to tell me there's not lasers? Okay. That's great.
Good luck
Why
with
don't
that.
you guys, since you're teenagers and you're knights, sit down and shut the fuck up because the Pendragon's talking.
Listen to the King of Pendragon.
It's not a king of Pendragon.
Shit.
The Pendragon's means the fucking king.
I'm so sorry, Your Majesty.
Don't make me whip out the Welsh,
The Welsh what?
the way Welsh says, the way they say it. Okay?
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty. I wonder if they had to call him Your Majesty.
No doubt they had to do something stupid. He was probably getting blown by all of them, if I'll be honest.
God, I hope so. Okay, the leader conceded that the laser had not been invented.
Quite a concession.
But financing had been obtained for other weapons,
Oh.
including machine guns and missiles. Okay?
Sure.
So,
Doesn't really have the cachet that, say, a laser.
and stockpiling of the weapons was happening on Mount Tam and in Fresno.
Good. All right. The
Right?
big ones.
Conveniently,
Sure.
we're doing it on the place where we're going to shoot everything, and then oddly, we're doing all the other stuff 3.5 hours away.
So,
Like a 200-hour drive.
Road
Also,
trip.
We're going to need that dune buggy back.
Dune Buggy. The Royal Dune Buggy.
When members of the Pendragon group went beyond expressing reservations and decided to leave the ranks,
Whoa.
Mark Richards threatened that disclosure of his plot would mean death.
For him. Not for anyone else.
Okay.
Now, don't tell anyone about my crazy plan, Knights. Wow, the king's really pathetic. Now, hold on a minute, Knights. You tell anyone, I'll kill ya.
King says ixnay.
Please? Please.
In August 1982, a preliminary hearing of the charges against Mark Richards was held in the Marin Municipal Court. The star witness was Andrew,
Oh, good.
right? Who had been
I'm bad for Mark.
Who had been giving immunity from prosecution in return for his testimony.
Oh, boy. That's a jury you want to be on.
Yeah.
Again, I'd be on that jury.
Oh, in a fucking heartbeat.
I'd love it.
Members of the jury pool, if any of you have any past history with lasers or Pendragons or any sort of kingdoms.
Or love Star Wars.
Love Star Wars, love Star Trek. I've ever considered taking over a county. You may be excused.
No hands, huh? No hands are going up?
No
All
hands.
right, cool.
No Pendragons
No
here?
Pendragons.
No Pendragons.
Not the shirt company.
None of you are Welsh?
All right.
Okay.
I think we got our jurors.
No, not the shirt company. You can stay. You're
can
fine.
stay. You're fine, sir.
It's just shirts where you guys make. By the way, I like the Hendrix one on the dragon.
Thanks, we're out of business. Fucking asshole.
So Andrew confirmed that Baldwin had been murdered so that the killers could rob his house and sell his cars. And the crime had been planned months in advance, which is my favorite part of the whole story.
The plan.
Is that they planned for months, and the plan was when I scratch my head.
Beat the fuck out of him with a bat and then stab him with a screwdriver and a knife. All right, now we wait 2 months.
After the brilliant murder, they put the freshly purchased boat in the water in the Loch Lomond Marina in San Rafael and went back to the shop. But they were confronted by a security guard when they put the boat in because they had no rights to use the Loch Lomond. They were just putting a boat in the water
Right.
in the middle of the night, and a
Right.
security guy went over and went, what are you guys doing?
This is like the murder hour. What are you guys up to?
Doing some night fishing.
Where are the poles?
Just hands.
You're not fishing with your hands?
Yeah, we made a bet.
All right, you can't put your boat here.
Can I show you something?
Nope.
Can I show you this?
Wait.
Check
What?
it out. I'm a Pendragon.
I love those shirts.
Yep.
I love those shirts.
All right, so we're gonna go.
All right, good luck catching fish with your hands at night.
Then after they put the boat in the water, I love that they didn't take the body. That they first went and got the boat. Mm-hmm. When you could just take the boat to the place where the body is, put the boat in the body, put the body in the boat,
yeah.
Then take the boat to the water.
Yeah.
But they they went and got the boat, put it in the water, then went back to get the body. And like carried it on their shoulders to the it's just fucking like they should have just been walking around and catch us.
That's why you always need 6 months to plan. You're really seeing the nascency of 2 months here.
So they got the body from the shop.
Sure.
And then they brought it back
The body
to the boat.
shop.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done. They were questioned again by the security guard.
I mean,
who now saw them with a body wrapped in a tarp.
You guys caught a big fish with your hands. What is that?
Oh, it's bait.
Oh, wow. You guys must be catching sturgeons.
Yeah, no, we caught a shark, and we're gonna try to use it to catch other fish.
It's great. I love sharks.
Okay.
I wish I'd look at it closer, but I
I will
won't.
see you.
But we'll see
I
you.
will see
Bye.
Bye. So they were forced to the boat stalled several times.
Oh, good.
So
More
they were,
good news.
They were forced to drop the body much closer to land than they had planned.
Well, that's an audible everybody's always comfortable
It's
with.
weird when you buy a boat at the last minute to dump a
Yeah.
body with it. It doesn't work.
And then to just be like, you know what, let's just dump it near shore.
You know what could go wrong?
Whatever. I'm tired, you're tired.
What could go wrong?
Let's just go to bed. Throw a motor on it.
Okay. The carton of weights intended to sink the corpse to the bottom of the bay
We're buoyant.
broke the rope binding it to the body. That must have been such a great moment to watch.
Oh,
as
shit.
they take the body out with all the weights on it and they throw it overboard and the rope just snaps.
Fuck. No, it's floating.
It's floating.
Go get the weights.
We don't need the weights. You know what we have in this boat?
A motor?
A motor.
Oh, yeah.
So they tied the motor to the body,
Oh,
which
wow.
I assume didn't float.
No.
And then they just left.
Yeah, well, good. You know what? Kudos on a job well done.
The kingdom is nigh.
Good work, Knight.
Asked in court whether he had ever considered going to the police prior to the murder, Andrew said, "We weren't going to turn Mark in just because he was talking about killing people."
Yeah.
I mean, look,
He's a king.
Yeah.
They say a lot of stuff.
Before the trial, Richards was released on a $250,000 bail.
How the fuck did he post that?
He's the craziest human that has ever walked into a courtroom, and the judge is like, you're good.
$250,000.
Hey, hold on. Stay away from kingdoms.
No lasers while you're on the outside, Your Majesty. Okay.
On January 11th, the defense filed a motion seeking to prohibit use of any evidence relating to the Pendragon conspiracy.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's a defense's nightmare. Because that's kind of a big part of this.
The defense is like, you can't talk about our kingdom and all the kingdom stuff we're doing.
What?
But you can talk about the murder.
Can you imagine being like, yeah, and so we don't want to talk about the marriage for the safety of the wife, and then Pendragon, and then we're good. Those are the two big ones. Those are our two hot buttons.
I have to try.
Don't you talk about his wife.
I have to try to defend you.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to be able to talk about the conspiracy.
No. Nope. They can't know about the lasers. And
Okay.
Okay.
No, that's cool.
Can we take a recess?
Dennis Reardon voiced concern that a jury...
Dennis Reardon voice?
He's the Dennis Reardon. He's the attorney, defensive attorney.
Dennis Reardon.
He voiced concern that a jury of Marin residents would be prejudiced by the introduction of documents that claim to reflect a plot for an armed takeover of their county.
You know...
Fair.
They'd probably take it a little personally.
Fair.
Probably take that a little personally. It's going to be hard for him to get a fair trial in the town he was talking about ruining.
But the deputy district attorney got it in.
I did.
Yeah, the judge was like, yeah, I think that'd be fun.
It seems like most of it.
As the judge, I'm going to rule. I think this will be fun.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. And this is a quote from the district attorney Berberbine. Jesus.
Whoa.
Yep. Armenian.
Berberbine.
He wanted to use the Pendragon plot because it was one of the reasons behind the murder, and because he was manipulating two teenagers who were, quote, not mental giants. He said that in court.
He's very
These
sweet.
fucking idiots.
These non-mental giants.
So a week later, the judge ruled that Pendragon could be used in the
Sounds like a pretty good judge.
Yes.
Except for the bail.
Let's do the kingdom thing. In the opening statement, they said that Richards did it and he formed the Pendragon group. A college student who had been working for Richards' contracting firm. A night.
Thank
Fair.
you.
Fair. Testified to his surprise following the days of the murder of Richards that a boat had been purchased, new video equipment, and jewelry for his wife. So he's literally the worst criminal of all time.
It's just, I mean...
These signs of wealth struck the witness as odd since his paychecks were bouncing.
Huh. So how does a guy with no fucking money get a boat and all the jewelry? How does it happen?
Andrew said that Richards was the first guy who suggested killing Richards. That Richards was the first guy accused of killing Ball. He was the guy like, let's kill this guy.
Yeah.
Let's kill him. And he said, you know why we should kill him? 2 reasons. He's a Nazi and he's a faggot.
Hey, those are the big 2. Wow.
Yes, my king.
So there's 2 reasons.
There's 2. I'm gonna lay out 2 really gooders. And he also said, if we do the murder, then we can use the money to buy guns for Pendragon.
But first and foremost, he's a gay Nazi.
And Andrew was like, I don't know, but then he was like, I also want the money, so he agreed to
car.
it. By the way, the guard also testified.
They caught a big fish.
And this is so great. He was, first of all, he was disappointed that he had not looked more closely at the men with the giant tarp on their shoulders.
Yeah.
And the guard also testified that he had read part of Richard's science fiction manuscript entitled Pendragon and that it involved the separation of Marin from the rest of the county. So somehow this had leaked out everywhere and people were reading it.
Jesus. So...
Meanwhile, during the trial, it was reported by a woman who was dating Mark Richards. So he's out on bail.
Right.
And he's dating.
Yeah. Well, he's a bachelor. He's a swinging bachelor. He's a king. You don't get a lot of single kings.
She reported that he was carrying a gun.
Sure.
So then they brought her in to testify to revoke his bail. And she said Richards had identified himself as Francis Ragglecrazy.
Oh, my God.
He called himself Ragglecrazy?
I'm going to need it one more time.
He called himself Francis Ragglecrazy.
And he had his own Disney cartoon. Franklin Razzle Crazy?
Francis
Razzle Crazy.
A South American consular official.
Oh, no! It's not just a name.
It's like he's got on a fake mustache. You just see him in a fake mustache in like a dictator's outfit. Like,
I'm Francis Marco. Yes, hello.
what's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
Why, I'm Francis Ruggle Crazy. Why? Oh my God. It sounds like he's Val Kilmer in The Saint.
And when he met people, he introduced his date as an aunt.
And this is my girlfriend, Aunt.
Apparently, fearing that she might recognize him from newspaper photographs, he had told her that a cousin named Mark Richards was in trouble with the law.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's just my cousin. Yeah, he's going through a really tough time.
He's the worst criminal ever.
No, things are good for Francis.
If you see a guy in the paper that looks like me, that's not South African, that's my cousin.
It's my crazy identical cousin. So
don't worry about that.
Wanna go Dutch?
This is gonna be long.
Yeah.
A long thing.
Don't worry. I got a good feeling about us.
I might go away for 15 or something.
But just to visit my crazy cousin who's
Right.
probably in jail.
When she asked him why he kept a gun in his car, the diplomat told her that he needed it for political reasons.
Yep.
So
It's political.
This was brought up in court.
Why? It's inadmissible.
In the hearing to revoke his bail. He said, Mark Richards said everything the woman has said was true.
Okay.
But he had not known that the glove was in the compartment, the glove compartment. The gun was in the glove compartment of the car because he had borrowed the car from his father. Okay? So he didn't know it was there. It was his dad's car. And then when the prosecuting attorney said, well, then why was the gun there for political reasons? He said, I see this trial as political, so that's why I have the gun. So, first of all...
someone should hold on to their bail.
So, first of all, it's not my gun. I didn't know it was there.
Okay.
Secondly, I have it because of this trial.
Okay, those are very...
Now, you think about that, motherfucker.
I mean... I consider everything political. This trial's political.
The judge did not revoke his bail. That's my favorite thing of all time.
Why?
The judge was like, well, that's not enough to revoke a guy's
Well, you
bail.
heard him. It's his dad's.
First of all, we're talking about his cousin.
First of all, this isn't even the right man. We've got the imposter. This man is basically Francis Muggle Crazy.
Look, as a judge, until I see ID saying he's not Rego crazy, this is all for nothing.
Here's an ID that says that. Bail granted.
The trial resumed with evidence regarding the Pendragon group.
Uh-huh.
Mark Fuller, a former employee of Richards, stated that Willie Robles, another fellow employee, had approached him about joining Pendragon.
There's not a normal name in this story.
No. And that Richards had later warned him that he would be eliminated if he said anything to outsiders about the group. Robles testified that Richards paid him to recruit members. So could you imagine you're like hanging out at the store and a guy comes up and goes, hey man, how old are you?
17?
You want to take over this fucking county?
What's that?
Do you want to take over this fucking county?
Sure, I mean...
You want to be a knight?
Of course I want to be a knight, yeah. But this is the 20th century.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Get in my pinto. It's across the street.
Wait a minute. What the hell's going on?
I'm going to take you to a meeting.
Are you a duke?
We're going to take this. Yeah.
God, the license plate says Duke. I'm a Duke.
What's my pinto license plate say?
There you go. It says Duke, so...
Yeah, hello, Duke.
All right. It says Duke #1.
Duke Willie Robles.
That's right.
Think about that shit.
All right. Your tags are expired. Move along.
A friend of the defendant told the jury that Richards had taken him to the top of Mount Tamalpais to show him the promised land of the new Marin and to demonstrate his plan for the insurrection. Richards had said that, quote, we could blow up the Golden Gate Bridge down there, and we could blow up the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge and destroy the Richmond oil refineries. And if we went farther north and blew up the bridge to Petaluma, Marin would be isolated. And his friend was like, sounds cool, bro.
It sounds easy.
The defense final argument included the Pendragon. Mark's role model was King Arthur. Pendragon was the dream of a young man who wanted to be King Arthur. Is that evidence of a crime?
Yep.
Well, he has a creative imagination. These kids are playing a game of Knights in the Round Table and either misunderstood it or want it to be a game of cops and robbers. I don't think so at 17, but okay.
Yeah, I mean,
they're 17.
Yeah, they're not like
really.
Santa's fake.
4 days they convicted him of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole.
Good.
Now Hoover is the other guy.
Yeah.
They argue that he should be tried as a juvenile, and they brought in a child psychiatrist who said he had a borderline personality disorder and that there was a good chance that he wouldn't kill again. And the judge was like, well, that's a good chance is not a great thing to say.
Yeah.
You know what? He's probably not going to kill again. Big on the probably.
Yeah.
Are you with me? So she wanted him confined to a mental institution. And then they argued that he knew what the fuck he was doing and that he is mentally disturbed, but
go to jail.
Yeah, he should go to jail. They found him guilty after a day's deliberations.
Okay.
And he was convicted, I think it was 25 years.
All right.
And then, so that was in 1982. Now,
so he's out.
This is the saddest part of the story.
Oh, no.
The prosecution introduced comments that Hoover had made to a clinical psychologist in September of 1982 regarding his state of mind before the killing. This is so horrible.
Oh, no.
It was like Richards was coaching me. He would listen to what I said and push me on. When I said I was with Baldwin, he kept thinking, this is the guy standing between me and the money. It made me excited. I thought about guns I could buy and all the other stuff. I knew it was wrong, but I didn't give a damn. Did you ever think of getting $5,000? Did you ever think of wanting to be with your mother? My mother could move back to Marin County. I could have my own room so I wouldn't have to look at her all the time. But, oh, man, I was just thinking about how happy I'd be, how much love I would get, and how many things I'd have.
Ugh.
Okay.
That's so bad.
Yeah, so he's just
His heart's in the right place.
Oh, my
almost.
God. It is. Like, he's...
Oh, God.
He's the saddest knight in all of the Pendragon.
Well, then I can have my mom live... Oh, no.
God, don't say
sweetheart.
I just wanted to take over the county so I could move back in with
You're
my
guilty
mommy.
of being adorable. I know that much.
Hey, cutie.
Oh, I can't stay mad at you.
Put the teddy bear down.
Put the bear down. Come here, you. You get a hug. Hugs, not drugs.
So Camelot lost its king and its knight. They both went to jail. He came up for parole in 2009 after the 25 years.
Yeah.
They said no, and he can't seek parole again for 15 years.
Jesus.
He is in the state prison at Vacaville.
What is Vacaville?
That's where Hoover is.
Ah.
Now I'm going to give you the address of one Mark Richards.
Okay.
2100 Peabody Road, Vacaville, California. Prison number C95830. They're in the same fucking prison.
Oh, no.
They're in the same prison.
Wait a minute. This could be Penitentiary Dragon.
So I look up
what
has happened to these guys.
Where are they now?
And I find an interview with Mark Richards,
Oh, boy.
who is now married,
Oh, no.
who married a woman named Joanne, who used to be a journalist and went to interview him and fell in love with
Wow.
him, as journalists do, and fell in love with him because of his brain,
Yeah.
and now they're married.
That's just, imagine your daughter giving you that news.
And now it's going to come back around to last week's episode.
Oh, no.
Joanne and Mark Richards of the Earth Defense Headquarters.
Whoa.
They're all about aliens now.
No.
They're all about aliens. Present a story that reaches back generations. Mark Richards is serving a life sentence for murder that became known as the Pendragon plot, where the government put him in prison
Yeah.
to keep him from because of all the knowledge he has.
Oh, yep.
Years after the crime, he came to public attention and claims to have been a Space Command pilot who led an attack against aliens to reclaim a secret base at Dulce, New Mexico. You remember that battle, the Battle of Dulce?
I think it was page 6 news, but I remember it, yeah.
He cited a remarkable family history that includes numerous covert activities affecting global interests and top-level alien contact. I mean, fuck me. I mean, seriously. The fact that a guy who is clearly psychotic, he's psychotic.
Yeah.
But he can just get all these kids involved in this thing and murder a guy. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Bush was president 2 times. It is shocking. It is always shocking. It's always shocking when there is somebody has the power of persuasion to even just convince 19 people that they're that they're Jesus Christ or whatever it is.
Or that they're going to go kill themselves in the desert and they'll end up on a spaceship.
Yep, bingo.
This guy was clearly, like, he was so stupid that he couldn't be a cult leader.
Yeah.
But he so wanted to be a cult leader.
Yeah, he was almost like, he's a tragic cult leader here. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
you hear about the successful ones.
Yeah.
You hear about the Mansons and the guy.
well, that's really what this is, right?
and-
This is like and not that this plot would have ever come to fruition, but they thwarted a plot to do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Because the guy's just fucking retarded.
This could have easily been a thing where a bunch of people died.
This could have been a thing where we were like, wow, the Golden Gate Bridge had an explosion on it.
Yeah, totally. If
Not
this
from
guy,
a laser.
If this guy wasn't a total moron.
But instead...
Because he was psychotic enough.
Instead, he came up with part of the plan, which was, when I scratch my head, you beat him with the bat.
And he just kept recruiting teenagers who would be like, you know what, I'm going to go to the Amway meeting across
God
the street.
damn it, these
I will
teenagers...
kill you!
It's just, somebody should have told me teenagers were kind of flaky. Why am I obsessed with the teens?
It's going to be so hard to be a king. Well, that was the story of my hometown.
Listen, I think it's great, and it explains a lot.
About me?
Yeah, you turned out
Pretty
good
pretty
for
good.
that county.
Pretty good.
For that county.
Yeah.
For that county.
Over and out.